Stop delaying. A journey to overcome procrastination. Chapter 1. The Procrastination Monster. Understanding your foe. What is procrastination anyway? Procrastination, that sneaky little habit that loves to show up right when you have important tasks at hand. It's like a mischievous friend who convinces you to binge watch your favorite show instead of tackling that report due tomorrow. But what is procrastination really? At its core, it's the act of delaying or postponing tasks, often accompanied by feelings of guilt and anxiety. It's that nagging voice in your head that whispers sweet nothings like, just 5 more minutes on social media, or, I'll start after my coffee break. Spoiler alert, that coffee break might turn into an all-day affair. Understanding procrastination requires a peek into the psychology behind it. Procrastination is not merely about poor time management. It often stems from deeper emotional issues like fear of failure, perfectionism, or even a lack of motivation. You might find yourself caught in the cycle of avoidance, where the thought of starting a task fills you with dread. Instead of engaging with the task, you retreat into a world of distractions. This can create a vicious cycle that leaves you feeling overwhelmed and frustrated. Recognizing these underlying emotions is the first step toward breaking free from procrastination's grasp. Now let's sprinkle in some mindfulness magic. Mindfulness encourages us to be present and aware of our thoughts and feelings without judgment. When faced with procrastination, practicing mindfulness can help you acknowledge that urge to put things off without letting it control your actions. Take a moment to breathe deeply and check in with yourself. Are you feeling anxious about a task? Are you waiting for the perfect moment that never seems to arrive? By observing these feelings, you can gently redirect your focus and take that first step toward productivity, even if it's just a small one. Goal setting is another powerful weapon in your procrastination fighting arsenal. Setting clear and achievable goals gives you a roadmap to follow, transforming overwhelming tasks into manageable steps. Instead of saying, I need to write a book, break it down into bite-sized pieces like, I will write 1 page today. This makes the task less daunting and more approachable. Plus, as you check off each small goal, you build momentum and a sense of accomplishment. Those little victories can be the fuel you need to keep going, banishing procrastination to the sidelines. Finally, let's talk about accountability. Having an accountability partner can serve as a game changer in your battle against procrastination. Whether it's a friend, family member, or coworker, sharing your goals and progress with someone else creates a sense of responsibility. You're more likely to follow through when someone else is in the loop, cheering you on or gently nudging you when you drift off course. So, seek out your own accountability buddy and embark on this journey together. With a playful spirit, a sprinkle of mindfulness, and a dash of accountability, you can turn procrastination into productivity and reclaim your time. The psychology behind putting things off. The intricate dance of procrastination often begins in the mind, a stage where thoughts battle for supremacy. Imagine your brain as a bustling marketplace filled with vendors shouting for your attention. On one side, the urgent vendors hawk deadlines and responsibilities, while on the other, the delightful distractions promise instant gratification. This internal tug-of-war is the psychology behind putting things off. It's that sneaky little voice whispering, why not scroll through social media instead of tackling that work project? This playful banter between your ambitions and distractions is what makes procrastination so appealing yet so frustrating. At the heart of procrastination lies the delightful concept of instant gratification. Our brains are wired to crave pleasure now rather than endure discomfort later. It's like choosing a slice of cake over a healthy salad. The cake wins every time when it comes to immediate satisfaction. This craving can lead us to favor short-term pleasures over long-term goals. When faced with a daunting task, it's easy to justify that episode of binge watching or that extra round of Candy Crush as a well-deserved break. The key to overcoming this is recognizing that while the cake may taste sweet, the lingering effects of guilt and anxiety can sour the experience. Another layer to this psychological puzzle is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, and even fear of the unknown. These fears can manifest as a mental block, making tasks seem insurmountable. Picture a child standing at the edge of a diving board, hesitating to jump. The thought of plunging into the water can be terrifying, just as the thought of starting a new project can send shivers down an adult's spine. Understanding this fear is crucial. It's not just about avoiding work, but also about confronting what lies ahead. When we can address these fears head-on, we often realize they are not as frightening as they seem. The role of perfectionism also plays a mischievous part in the procrastination game. Many of us believe that if we can't do something perfectly, we might as well not do it at all. This all-or-nothing mentality can lead to paralysis by analysis, where we become so entangled in planning that we never actually take action. Embracing the idea that done is better than perfect can free us from the shackles of perfectionism. Accepting that it's okay to make mistakes along the way can turn the daunting climb of a new task into an enjoyable adventure filled with learning experiences. Lastly, we can't overlook the importance of social influences in our procrastination habits. The people we surround ourselves with can either motivate us or encourage our delays. Having an accountability partner can be like having a gym buddy who gently nudges you when you're tempted to hit the snooze button on your goals. Their support can help shift our mindset from isolation to collaboration, making the process of tackling tasks less intimidating and a lot more fun. By understanding the psychology behind our procrastination tendencies, we can take playful steps toward better time management and ultimately silence that pesky inner critic. The cost of delay. What are you really losing? The clock ticks, and as it does, a sneaky little thief named delay tiptoes into your life, swiping precious moments you'll never get back. Every time you choose to put off that task, whether it's finally writing that novel or tidying up your workspace, you're not just delaying, you're handing over a piece of your future to procrastination. Imagine that every time you scroll through your phone instead of tackling that to-do list, you're actually sending your dreams into a timeout. Yes, the cost of delay isn't just about lost time. It's about the dreams and goals you keep on the back burner, simmering away while you binge-watch another season of that TV show. Now let's talk numbers. What if I told you that every hour spent procrastinating could cost you not just time but opportunities? Think about it. Every project you put off could be a chance to learn something new, connect with like-minded people, or even advance your career. Those moments add up, and before you know it, you're standing at the crossroads of what could have been and what is. It can feel like a cruel game of Monopoly, where you keep landing on the same go-back 3 spaces, square, and never seem to collect those $200. You're losing out on potential income, relationships, and even your own self-esteem as you watch others move forward while you stand still. Let's sprinkle in a little mindfulness here. When you delay, you're not just postponing tasks. You're also inviting stress and anxiety into your life, which can feel like an unwelcome guest who just keeps eating your snacks and never leaves. The more you procrastinate, the more your mind races with guilt and worry about what's left undone. But here's the twist. By recognizing this pattern and taking a moment to breathe, you can disrupt the cycle. Each time you catch yourself in the act of delay, pause for a second and ask, what am I really losing here? That simple question can transform your procrastination into a moment of clarity, helping you reclaim your time and energy. Let's not forget about the power of accountability partners. Imagine having a buddy who's cheering you on from the sidelines, ready to help you tackle that daunting task. When you delay, you're not just letting yourself down, you're also missing out on those shared victories and the joy of collaboration. Your accountability partner can help turn the tide, transforming your procrastination into a shared mission. It's like having a personal trainer for your goals, encouraging you to lift those weights of responsibility and get moving again. So when you delay, you're not just losing time, you're losing the chance to connect and grow together. Finally, let's touch on habit formation. Every time you procrastinate, you're solidifying a habit that's harder to break than your favorite late-night snack. But the good news? You have the power to flip the script. By recognizing the cost of delay, you can start forming new, healthier habits that not only combat procrastination, but also enrich your life. Set small goals, celebrate those wins, and watch as you gradually build a new routine that replaces delay with action. Each step forward is a victory against the procrastination monster. And soon you'll find yourself basking in the glow of productivity, realizing that the real cost of delay isn't just what you lose, but what you ultimately gain by taking that leap. Chapter 2: Time Management Magic, Taming the Clock. The Art of Prioritization, What's Hot and What's Not. When it comes to tackling procrastination, prioritization is your trusty sidekick, the Robin to your Batman, swooping in to save the day from the clutches of delay. But let's be real, not all tasks are created equal. Some are sizzling like a summer barbecue, while others are about as exciting as watching paint dry. The key to mastering the art of prioritization lies in recognizing what's hot and what's not, so you can focus your energy like a laser beam on the things that truly matter. So grab your metaphorical chef's hat, and let's whip up a recipe for success. First things first, how do you know what's hot? It's all about urgency and importance. Hot tasks are those that align with your goals, have deadlines looming over them like a suspicious cloud, and can impact your life in meaningful ways. Picture them as the juicy steak on your plate, satisfying and fulfilling. On the flip side, the not-so-hot tasks are like the wilted salad no one wants to eat. They may be there, but they don't add much to your meal. Making a list can work wonders here. Jot down your tasks, and then sort them into a sizzling hot or lukewarm category. This simple action can transform your day from meh to wow. Now, let's talk about the delightful world of digital minimalism. In our tech-saturated lives, distractions are everywhere, lurking around every corner like sneaky ninjas, waiting to pounce on your time. To prioritize effectively, you need to declutter your digital space. Unsubscribe from those pesky newsletters that never get opened, mute group chats that don't serve you, and banish the apps that suck your time like a vacuum cleaner on overdrive. By creating a streamlined digital environment, you're not just reducing distractions. You're sending a clear signal to your brain that it's time to focus on what's hot. Accountability partners can also play a starring role in your prioritization saga. Think of them as your personal cheerleaders, who not only keep you motivated, but also help you sift through the noise of tasks. By sharing your priorities with someone who's invested in your success, you create a safety net that prevents those not-so-hot tasks from creeping back into your life. Plus, knowing someone is rooting for you can turn the mundane into a fun challenge. Who doesn't love a little friendly competition? Make it a game. Who can knock out their hot tasks first? Spoiler alert: the winner gets bragging rights and maybe even a treat. In the end, the art of prioritization is a delightful dance between mindfulness and action. It's about being aware of where you're spending your time and energy, and making conscious choices that align with your goals. Embrace the playful side of prioritization. Treat it like a fun experiment rather than a chore. By recognizing what tasks are hot and which are not, you'll find yourself gliding through your to-do list with a newfound sense of purpose and joy. So grab your cape, let your priorities shine, and watch as procrastination takes a back seat on your journey to success. Techniques to break the time barrier. In the bustling bazaar of life, procrastination often acts like a mischievous jester, distracting us with shiny objects and enticing distractions while we attempt to reach our goals. But fear not, for there are clever techniques to break the time barrier that often holds us captive. One of the first tricks in our playful arsenal is the Pomodoro technique, where you work intensely for 25 minutes, then reward yourself with a short break. It's like a game of hot potato, where you pass the potato of productivity to yourself, allowing for focused bursts instead of lengthy, daunting stretches. This technique transforms our work sessions into fun little sprints, all while keeping the procrastination gremlins at bay. Another delightful strategy is time blocking. Picture your day as a colorful quilt, with each block representing a specific task or activity. Instead of letting your schedule run wild like a toddler in a candy store, you take control by allocating specific time slots for your various pursuits. This method not only helps you visualize your day, but it also creates a structure that can make even the most mundane tasks feel like a treasure hunt. The key is to treat each block as a mini adventure, making it easier to dive into the depths of productivity without getting lost in the sea of distractions. Mindfulness can also play a pivotal role in breaking the time barrier. By being present in the moment, you can identify when distractions are creeping in, much like a cat stalking its unsuspecting prey. When you recognize these sneaky thoughts, you can gently redirect your focus back to the task at hand. Practicing mindfulness allows you to cultivate a sense of awareness that can transform your approach to procrastination. Imagine each task as a delightful puzzle waiting to be solved rather than a daunting mountain to climb, and you'll find that the fear of starting begins to fade away. Goal-setting strategies can act as your roadmap, guiding you toward your destination with clarity and purpose. Instead of setting lofty, vague goals that resemble a mirage, break them down into smaller, actionable steps. Each tiny victory becomes a stepping stone on your path, making the journey feel less overwhelming. Celebrate these mini achievements with a little dance or a fist pump. After all, you're not just checking off boxes, you're creating a path filled with joy and motivation. Lastly, let's not forget the power of accountability partners. Imagine having a trusty sidekick on your journey to conquer procrastination. Share your goals with someone who can cheer you on, remind you of deadlines, or even join you in your tasks. Having someone in your corner turns the whole process into a fun collaboration rather than a lonely slog. So, grab a friend or a fellow procrastinator and make a pact to hold each other accountable. Together, you can shatter the time barrier, laugh at the procrastination monsters, and turn your aspirations into reality. Crafting your personal time management toolkit. Crafting your personal time management toolkit is like assembling your very own superhero utility belt, designed to combat the villain known as procrastination. Picture this. You're standing in the middle of a chaotic room filled with distractions, and instead of succumbing to the siren call of Netflix or that pile of laundry, you pull out your trusty toolkit. This toolkit is customized to fit your unique style and personality, making it easier to tackle tasks with flair and fun. Let's explore how you can fill this toolkit with the perfect gadgets and gizmos to keep procrastination at bay. First up, every great toolkit needs a planner that speaks to your soul. Whether you're a fan of vibrant bullet journals or sleek digital calendar apps, your planner should reflect your personal flair while helping you organize your tasks. This isn't just about jotting down appointments. It's about creating a visual representation of your goals. Add stickers, use different colors, or even doodle in the margins. The more personal and engaging your planner is, the more likely you are to turn to it when you're tempted to procrastinate. It transforms mundane scheduling into an enjoyable ritual that primes your mind for productivity. Next, sprinkle in some time management techniques that resonate with your inner rhythm. Consider techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes and then reward yourself with a 5-minute break. This not only makes the work feel less daunting, but also keeps your energy levels high. You could even set a timer on your phone with a fun alarm sound that makes you smile. Every time you hear it, it becomes a mini celebration of productivity, reinforcing your commitment to getting things done. Remember, it's all about creating a playful environment where work and fun can coexist. Mindfulness can also play a pivotal role in your toolkit. Integrate moments of mindfulness into your day to help you stay present and focused. A simple practice could be taking a few deep breaths before diving into your tasks. This can clear your mind of distractions and set a positive tone for the work ahead. You might even want to create a mindfulness corner in your workspace, complete with calming visuals or a small plant. Whenever you feel your focus wavering, you can retreat to this corner for a quick reset, allowing you to return to your tasks refreshed and re-energized. Finally, don't underestimate the power of accountability partners. These are your fellow crusaders against procrastination, ready to join you on your mission. Share your goals with them, and set regular check-ins to keep each other on track. This can be as simple as a weekly coffee chat, or a text message pinging you with reminders. Knowing someone else is in your corner can provide that extra push when your motivation dips. Plus, celebrating each other's victories, no matter how small, adds an element of joy to the journey, making the battle against procrastination feel less like a chore and more like an exciting adventure. With your personal time management toolkit crafted and ready, you're now equipped to face procrastination head-on. Remember, the key is to make this toolkit a reflection of who you are, playful, vibrant, and uniquely you. Embrace the process of experimenting with different techniques and tools, and don't forget to have fun along the way. After all, defeating procrastination is not just about productivity. It's about creating a life where you can thrive and enjoy every moment. Chapter 3, Mindfulness, your secret weapon against procrastination. The power of being present. In the whirlwind of our lives, it's far too easy to find ourselves lost in the haze of future worries or past regrets. The art of being present can feel elusive, like trying to catch smoke with our bare hands. However, when you harness the power of presence, you open the floodgates to productivity, creativity, and joy. Instead of worrying about the deadlines looming on the horizon or replaying yesterday's blunders in your mind, embracing the here and now can transform your procrastination into action. So let's dive headfirst into the delightful world of mindfulness and discover why living in the moment is your secret weapon against procrastination. Imagine a world where you can actually feel the texture of your keyboard as you type, or savor the aroma of your morning coffee, instead of scrolling mindlessly through social media. When you focus on the present, you cultivate a heightened awareness that makes even the simplest tasks feel significant. Instead of viewing a daunting project as a mountain to climb, being present allows you to appreciate the little steps along the way. You begin to celebrate the process, not just the outcome, which can make all the difference in how you approach your goals. Suddenly, that overwhelming to-do list doesn't seem like an insurmountable challenge, but rather a series of enjoyable moments waiting to unfold. When you practice mindfulness, you also become more attuned to your emotions and thoughts. This awareness acts as a powerful antidote to procrastination. By recognizing when you're slipping into avoidance behavior, you can gently steer yourself back to the task at hand. Picture this. Instead of feeling guilty for binge-watching a show instead of studying, you pause, acknowledge the desire to escape, and then consciously choose to tackle a small portion of that assignment. Voila! You've just turned a procrastination pitfall into a stepping stone for productivity, all because you chose to be present in your choices. Goal setting becomes an exhilarating journey rather than a chore when you're in the moment. When your mind isn't racing to the finish line, you can set realistic, achievable goals that resonate with your values. Each goal transforms into a mini adventure, filled with opportunities for growth and learning. You stop fixating on the end result and instead immerse yourself in the steps that lead you there. This playful approach to goal setting not only boosts your motivation, but also makes the process enjoyable, turning what once felt like a burden into a source of inspiration. Finally, let's not forget the magic of connection. Being present opens the door to meaningful interactions, especially with accountability partners. When you share your goals and intentions with someone who holds you accountable, you engage in a dance of support and encouragement. The synergy created in these relationships can propel you forward, making procrastination feel less like a lonely battle and more like a collaborative adventure. So let go of the past and future for a moment and embrace the gift of now. Your journey to overcome procrastination is waiting for you, and it begins with the simple, yet powerful act of being present. Mindful moments, simple practices to start today. In a world buzzing with distractions, it's easy to forget to breathe. Mindful moments are like little treasures hidden in the chaos of our daily lives. They are simple practices that can ground you and help you reclaim your time from the clutches of procrastination. Imagine taking just a few minutes each day to tap into the present moment, allowing yourself to reset and refocus. These practices don't require a meditation retreat or a Himalayan trek. They fit seamlessly into your life, even when you're juggling a million things. One of the easiest ways to incorporate mindfulness into your day is through conscious breathing. Yes, it's that simple. Whenever you feel the urge to scroll through social media or put off that task yet again, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a second, and then exhale slowly. Picture your worries floating away with your breath. This tiny act of awareness not only calms your mind, but also creates a mental space where procrastination finds it harder to thrive. It's like giving yourself a tiny hug, reminding you that you're capable of tackling whatever is on your plate. Another playful practice is the 5-minute rule. When you find yourself resisting a task, tell yourself you only need to work on it for 5 minutes. That's right, just 5 minutes. Set a timer, dive into the task, and you might just be surprised at how quickly you get into the groove. The trick here is to embrace the idea that starting is the hardest part. Once you're in the flow, you'll often find that 5 minutes turns into 20 or more. It transforms the daunting mountain of a project into a series of tiny, manageable steps. Mindful moments don't have to be confined to solitary practices either. Bring in an accountability partner to share the journey with you. Schedule regular check-ins where you can share your small wins and struggles. These moments can be infused with mindfulness too. Instead of just ticking off tasks, take a moment during your dialogue to reflect on what you've accomplished and how you felt while doing it. Celebrating those small victories with someone else can be a delightful way to stay motivated and aware of your progress. Finally, let's not forget the power of digital minimalism in cultivating mindful moments. Take a day to declutter your digital space, unsubscribe from unnecessary emails, delete unused apps, and limit screen time. You'll create a serene digital environment that reduces distractions, allowing for those mindful moments to flourish. When your digital life is simplified, you'll find it easier to focus on what truly matters, reclaiming time that would otherwise slip through the cracks of procrastination. Embrace these playful practices today and watch how they transform not just your productivity, but your overall sense of well-being. Cultivating awareness, recognizing your triggers. Recognizing your triggers is like discovering the secret ingredients in your favorite recipe. When it comes to procrastination, these triggers can be sneaky little gremlins that dance around your mind, distracting you from the tasks at hand. To cultivate awareness, you first need to become a detective in your own life, armed with a magnifying glass and a notebook. Start by paying attention to those moments when you find yourself gravitating toward distractions instead of tackling your to-do list. Is it the ping of a notification, the sight of a cozy couch, or perhaps the tantalizing thought of binge-watching your favorite show? Identifying these triggers is the first step in reclaiming your time and focus. Once you've spotted those pesky triggers, it's time to dive deeper into understanding why they hold such power over you. Think of it as a game of emotional hide-and-seek. What feelings surface when you encounter these distractions? Are you feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or simply bored? By analyzing the emotions tied to your procrastination triggers, you can begin to untangle the web of avoidance. This self-reflection can lead to surprising revelations about your habits and preferences, helping you to understand that procrastination isn't just about laziness. It's often a response to deeper feelings or fears. Now that you've got a handle on your triggers and their emotional roots, it's time to get creative with your responses. Instead of battling against your triggers like a knight in shining armor, consider how you can work with them. If a certain activity sends you spiraling into procrastination, could you set up a reward system? For instance, allow yourself a short episode of that binge-worthy show after completing a chunk of your work. By turning your triggers into incentives, you can transform procrastination from a foe into a quirky ally that nudges you toward productivity in a more playful way. Accountability partners can also play a key role in recognizing and navigating your triggers. Think of them as your trusty sidekick on this journey, Share your discoveries about what trips you up with your accountability partner, and brainstorm ways to tackle those challenges together. This collaboration can create a supportive environment where both of you can hold each other accountable and celebrate victories, no matter how small. Plus, having someone else aware of your triggers can lighten the pressure you might feel to conquer them all on your own. Lastly, embrace the idea of digital minimalism as a tool to help you recognize and manage your triggers. In a world overflowing with distractions, it can be overwhelming to keep track of what truly matters. Start by decluttering your digital space. Unsubscribe from unnecessary emails, mute pesky notifications, and set boundaries for screen time. This intentional approach not only reduces the potential for distraction, but also heightens your awareness of what genuinely captures your attention. With a clearer digital landscape, you can more easily identify your triggers and create an environment that encourages focus and productivity, leading to a more fulfilling journey in overcoming procrastination. Chapter 4: Goal Setting, Your Roadmap to Action. Dream big, start small. The magic of micro-goals. Dreaming big is an exhilarating experience, filled with visions of success and a life transformed. However, for many, the sheer scale of these dreams can be paralyzing. This is where micro-goals swoop in like a superhero, ready to save the day. Instead of staring at the overwhelming mountain of your aspirations, imagine climbing it one small, delightful step at a time. The magic of micro-goals lies in their ability to turn daunting tasks into manageable bites that can be consumed without fear of choking. Picture this: you want to write a best-selling novel. The thought alone can be enough to make anyone freeze like a deer in headlights. But what if, instead of committing to writing a 300-page masterpiece, you simply decided to write one paragraph a day? That's right, one tiny paragraph. By focusing on this micro-goal, you not only ease the pressure, but also build momentum. Each tiny triumph adds up, turning those seemingly insignificant paragraphs into a full-fledged book before you know it. It's like sneaking veggies into a delicious smoothie. You won't even notice what you're doing until you've consumed a whole serving. Micro-goals also serve as delightful little milestones that keep your motivation levels soaring. Each time you tick off a micro-goal on your to-do list, your brain releases dopamine, that feel-good chemical that rewards you for your efforts. This is where the playful side of goal setting comes into play. Celebrate those small victories. Treat yourself to a dance party in your living room, or indulge in a piece of chocolate. By tying joy to your achievements, you create a positive feedback loop that makes you eager to tackle the next micro-goal, keeping procrastination at bay. Accountability partners can become your cheerleaders in this playful journey of micro-goal achievement. When you share your micro-goals with a friend, you add an element of fun and commitment to the mix. Imagine texting your buddy every time you finish a goal, and they respond with enthusiastic emojis and virtual high fives. It transforms the process from a solitary grind into a shared adventure, where laughter and support make the climb up the mountain feel like a playful hike with friends instead of a lonely slog. So, as you embark on your quest to overcome procrastination, remember the power of dreaming big while starting small. Embrace the magic of micro-goals, and let their playful nature guide you toward your aspirations. In a world that often urges us to leap before we look, take a moment to relish the joy of inching forward, one delightful step at a time. Before you know it, those small victories will lead you to the grand summit of your dreams, and you'll be dancing joyfully at the top, wondering why you ever hesitated in the first place. Smart goals, making your dreams achievable. Setting goals can feel like a daunting task, especially when the weight of procrastination is tugging at your heels. But fear not. Enter the magical realm of smart goals, where your dreams morph into achievable plans. The beauty of smart goals lies in their structure: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. These 5 little words pack a punch that transforms vague aspirations into tangible achievements. Picture this. Instead of saying, "I want to get fit," you declare, "I will jog for 30 minutes every morning at 7 a.m." Now that's a goal you can sink your teeth into. Measurable goals are like the breadcrumbs that guide you through the forest of your ambitions. When you can track your progress, you create a delightful sense of accomplishment along the way. Imagine celebrating each kilometer you conquer, or each chapter you finish in a book. These measurable milestones not only keep you motivated, but also create a sense of urgency that combats procrastination. With every tick on your checklist, you build momentum. Who knew that crossing things off could feel this good? Now let's sprinkle in the achievable aspect. It's all about setting yourself up for success, not failure. We often set our sights high, dreaming of conquering Everest when we haven't even hiked a hill. Keep your goals realistic, and you'll find they become far more attainable. If you want to write a novel, start with a chapter a week instead of the entire saga. By breaking down your dreams into bite-sized pieces, you make them less intimidating and way more fun to pursue. Relevance ensures that your goals resonate with your true desires. It's like aligning your compass with your ultimate destination. Ask yourself, does this goal truly matter to me? If the answer is a resounding yes, then you're on the right track. When your goals align with your values, procrastination has a harder time creeping in. You'll find yourself excited to leap out of bed and tackle your tasks, because they contribute to something meaningful in your life. Lastly, let's not forget the time-bound element, which acts as a gentle nudge to keep you moving. Deadlines can be your best friend when they're set wisely. They create a sense of urgency and help you prioritize your tasks. Instead of saying, "I'll get to it eventually," you can confidently state, "I will complete my project by the end of the month." With a clear time frame in mind, procrastination shrinks into the background, allowing your dreams to take the front seat. So, embrace the power of SMART goals and watch as your aspirations transform from distant dreams into delightful realities. Celebrating small wins, fuel for the journey. Celebrating small wins is like throwing a mini party for your brain. And trust me, it deserves the celebration. Every time you tick something off your to-do list, no matter how seemingly trivial, it's a victory in the epic battle against procrastination. Maybe you finally folded that pile of laundry that had been staring you down for days. Or perhaps you managed to write that one paragraph of your report instead of scrolling through cat videos for an hour. These tiny accomplishments are the building blocks of your journey, and each one sends a spark of motivation through your system, reminding you that you're capable of progress. Now let's talk about why these small wins are such powerful fuel. It's all about momentum. When you acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small, you create a positive feedback loop. Your brain releases dopamine, that delightful chemical that makes you feel good. This rush encourages you to keep going, to tackle the next item on your list. It's like adding kindling to a fire. The more you celebrate those little successes, the bigger your motivation grows. Soon, you'll find yourself on a roll, knocking out tasks like a pro. But hold on, how do you celebrate these moments? It doesn't require a grand ceremony or elaborate rewards. Keep it simple and fun. Maybe treat yourself to a favorite snack, take a short dance break, or jot down a quick note about what you accomplished. You could even share your wins with a friend or on social media. This not only amplifies the joy, but also adds an element of accountability. Imagine your friend cheering you on as you conquer your to-do list. It's like having a personal cheerleader, minus the pom-poms. Incorporating this practice into your daily routine can transform your relationship with productivity. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of your goals, you'll start viewing each task as an opportunity for a mini celebration. This shift in perspective is crucial, especially for those grappling with procrastination. It allows you to focus on progress rather than perfection. After all, no one achieved their dreams overnight. It's the small, consistent steps that lead to big changes. And every small win is a reminder of that reality. So, as you embark on your journey to overcome procrastination, remember to give yourself permission to celebrate those small victories. Each tick mark on your checklist represents a step toward your larger goals, and a testament to your ability to take charge of your time and life. With each celebration, you're not just combating procrastination, you're cultivating a growth mindset that fuels your journey. Now, go ahead and embrace those little wins. They are the confetti of your success. Chapter 5: The Buddy System. Finding your accountability partner. Why you need a procrastination buddy. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a vast ocean of tasks, each wave of procrastination crashing around you, threatening to pull you under. What if I told you that you don't have to swim against those waves alone? Enter the procrastination buddy, your trusty sidekick in the epic battle against delay. This dynamic partner can make a world of difference in your quest for productivity. With a buddy by your side, you'll not only tackle tasks but also turn the whole experience into a fun adventure filled with laughter and motivation. Having a procrastination buddy is like having a personal cheerleader, someone who nudges you gently when you start to veer off course. Together, you can set goals and hold each other accountable. When one of you feels the urge to binge-watch yet another season of a show instead of tackling that looming deadline, the other can swoop in with a playful reminder of the goals you've set. It's a delightful dance of encouragement that keeps you both focused and motivated, making those daunting tasks feel more manageable and less intimidating. But wait, there's more. Your procrastination buddy can also introduce an element of mindfulness into your routine. Picture this. You both decide to take a break from your tasks to share your thoughts on what's been holding you back. As you chat, you become more aware of your procrastination triggers and can brainstorm strategies to overcome them. This shared understanding not only builds a deeper bond, but also equips you with practical tools to combat procrastination. Plus, let's be honest, venting about your struggles while enjoying a cup of coffee is way more enjoyable than doing it alone. Now let's talk about goal setting. When you have a procrastination buddy, you can set realistic, achievable goals together. Whether it's breaking down a big project into bite-sized pieces or establishing daily check-ins, having someone to share the journey with makes it all the more exciting. You can celebrate small victories together, turning the mundane into a series of fun milestones. Who knew that tackling your to-do list could feel like a series of mini celebrations? With each completed task, you'll find yourselves high-fiving and laughing, creating a positive feedback loop that propels you forward. Finally, let's not forget the power of behavioral psychology at play. The simple act of having someone else aware of your goals and deadlines can create a sense of accountability that's hard to ignore. It's like having an invisible force pushing you to stay on track. Your procrastination buddy will inspire you to establish healthier habits, turning procrastination into productivity. So gear up, grab your buddy, and get ready to dive into a new world of accomplishment. With a little teamwork, you'll conquer procrastination and emerge victorious, one playful step at a time. How to choose the right partner. Choosing the right partner to aid your quest against procrastination is akin to picking the perfect sidekick in a superhero movie. You want someone who complements your strengths, compensates for your weaknesses, and can keep you accountable without turning into a taskmaster. Imagine a partner who understands your procrastination tendencies, but knows how to nudge you gently towards action. This dynamic duo can be your ticket to transforming dreams into achievable goals, all while having a bit of fun along the way. First, consider compatibility in your approaches to time management. Are you a meticulous planner, while your potential partner thrives in spontaneity? This difference could either spark creativity or lead to chaos. Think about what kind of environment fuels your productivity. If you thrive in structure, look for someone who can appreciate and uphold that system. If you're more of a free spirit, find a partner who encourages flexibility, yet understands the importance of deadlines. The key is to discover someone whose style harmonizes with yours, creating a balance that propels you both forward. Next, assess the level of commitment both you and your partner bring to the table. You want someone who is as invested in the journey as you are. If one of you is all about setting lofty goals while the other is content with half-hearted attempts, the partnership may falter. Discuss your aspirations openly. Are you both ready to tackle those pesky procrastination habits? Are you willing to hold each other accountable even when Netflix calls? This mutual commitment is crucial in ensuring that both of you are on the same page, ready to cheer each other on when temptations loom large. Mindfulness plays a vital role here. A great partner should not only be focused on productivity, but also be aware of the emotional landscapes you both navigate. When procrastination strikes, emotions can run high, igniting frustration and self-doubt. Seek someone who practices mindfulness and can remind you to pause, breathe, and refocus. Together, you can cultivate a positive environment where setbacks become opportunities for reflection rather than reasons to give up. A partner who can share this journey of awareness can turn those procrastination pitfalls into stepping stones towards success. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of humor in your partnership. Laughter can be a fantastic antidote to the stress that procrastination often brings. Choose someone who can lighten the mood when deadlines loom, and who can turn even the most mundane tasks into a fun challenge. Whether it's through playful competitions, quirky rewards, or just sharing a laugh over a shared struggle, a partner who can inject joy into your journey will make the process of overcoming procrastination far more enjoyable. So go out there, find your perfect accountability sidekick, and get ready to tackle those goals with enthusiasm, keeping each other in check. Fun accountability strategies. Imagine this. You and your accountability buddy decide to turn the age-old struggle of procrastination into a delightful game. Instead of dreading those looming deadlines, you both commit to a friendly competition. Set a timer for 25 minutes. And during that time, tackle your tasks as if you're in an intense race against the clock. When the timer goes off, take a 5-minute break to share your progress, share a laugh over any silly distractions, and maybe even do a silly victory dance. This playful approach not only keeps you focused, but also adds a sprinkle of joy to your productivity, transforming mundane tasks into something fun. Another fun strategy involves creating a reward system that feels more like a treat rather than a chore. For every task you complete, you earn points that can be exchanged for rewards, such as a coffee date, a movie night, or even that fancy new gadget you've had your eye on. This gamification of your responsibilities turns every completed item on your to-do list into a stepping stone towards something enjoyable. Plus, sharing your points with your accountability partner creates an environment of encouragement and shared celebration. Who doesn't love a little friendly rivalry to keep the motivation flowing? Now let's talk about procrastination penalties. This one might sound a bit harsh, but hear me out. If you both fail to meet your goals, you must face a fun consequence. Perhaps it's doing a silly dance in front of your peers, or sharing an embarrassing story. The key is to keep the penalties lighthearted and humorous. This not only helps you stay committed, but also makes the experience memorable. Knowing that you'll have to perform a goofy task if you don't meet your goals can provide just the nudge you need to stay on track. Incorporating technology can also add an exciting twist to your accountability journey. Use apps that allow you to share your progress in real time. Imagine sending each other updates on your completed tasks, or sharing motivational memes that resonate with your struggles. You could even create a shared playlist of upbeat songs to listen to while working. The idea is to infuse your work sessions with creativity and connection, reinforcing that you're in this together, fighting procrastination side by side. Finally, don't underestimate the power of humor. Create a procrastination meme board where you and your partner can post funny memes that capture your struggles with procrastination. This serves as a lighthearted reminder that everyone deals with distractions and delays. When you can laugh at the situation, it becomes less daunting, transforming your approach to productivity into a journey of shared experiences, laughter, and growth. So, grab your accountability partner and turn procrastination into a playful adventure. Because who says getting things done can't be fun? Chapter 6. Digital Minimalism. Less is more. Decluttering your digital space. Decluttering your digital space is like giving your brain a breath of fresh air. Imagine your favorite corner of the house, tidy and inviting, Now picture it overflowing with stuff you don't need. Your digital devices can quickly turn into that cluttered room if you let them. Emails, files, apps, and notifications are like the forgotten toys scattered about, distracting you from what really matters. By taking some time to declutter your digital life, you can create a serene space that encourages focus and productivity. Plus, the process can be surprisingly fun, like an adult version of cleaning your room, with a dash of digital magic. Kick things off by tackling your email inbox. Let's face it, that overflowing pit of unread messages can feel like a black hole sucking away your time. Start by unsubscribing from newsletters and promotions you no longer read. Then set a timer for 10 minutes and go on a deleting spree. Be ruthless. If an email doesn't spark joy or serve a purpose, it's time to say goodbye. Organize the remaining emails into folders that make sense to you. Once you've cleared the clutter, take a moment to relish the calm that will wash over you. You'll feel like you've just swept the cobwebs out of your mind. Next up, let's dive into those digital files. Your computer is likely a treasure trove of forgotten documents and duplicate images that are weighing you down. Create a system that works for you. Whether it's folders by project, date, or even color coding, find a way to make it visually appealing. As you sift through files, don't be afraid to let go of what you don't need. Do you really need that 5-year-old document titled, Super Important Plan? Spoiler alert, you don't. By making decisive choices about what stays and what goes, you'll not only declutter, but also create an environment that's primed for creativity and productivity. Now let's talk apps. We all have that one app we downloaded, thinking it would revolutionize our lives, only to ignore it after a week. Go through your phone and be honest. How many of those apps are truly enhancing your life? Delete the ones that no longer serve a purpose or that you never use. This isn't just about getting rid of apps. It's about making room for the ones that bring you joy and help you stay focused. By trimming the digital fat, you'll be left with a streamlined toolkit that supports your goals and aspirations, rather than distracts you from them. Finally, take a moment to reflect on your social media habits. While social media can be a fantastic connection tool, it can also be a rabbit hole of procrastination. Set boundaries for yourself. Perhaps designate specific times for checking your feeds or limit your usage to certain platforms that truly bring you value. Consider unfollowing accounts that don't inspire you or make you feel good. When your feed is filled with positivity and motivation, you'll find it easier to stay focused on your goals. Remember, a decluttered digital space isn't just about less. It's about creating a vibrant environment that fuels your journey to overcome procrastination and live your best life. Tools and apps to help you focus. In the delightful world of productivity, tools and apps are like shiny gadgets in a magician's toolkit, ready to make procrastination vanish into thin air. Imagine having a personal assistant that never gets tired of reminding you to stay focused, nudging you gently when you veer off course. From to-do list apps that transform your tasks into colorful checklists to timers that gamify your work sessions, the digital landscape is brimming with resources designed to keep you on track. Embrace these tools not as mere crutches but as companions on your journey to productivity, ready to cheer you on while you conquer your goals. First up, let's talk about task management apps. Picture a virtual to-do list that not only organizes your tasks, but also rewards you for ticking them off. Apps like Todoist or Trello can help you categorize and prioritize your tasks, making them feel less overwhelming and more like an exciting game. By breaking down your daunting projects into bite-sized, manageable pieces, you'll find yourself more inclined to dive in and start working. Plus, there's something incredibly satisfying about that checkmark appearing next to a completed task. It's the little victories that keep the momentum going, and these apps are the perfect cheerleaders. Now, no productivity toolkit is complete without a trusty timer, and that's where the Pomodoro technique shines. The beauty of using a timer app like Focus Keeper or Forest is that it transforms your work into focus sprints. Work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and then repeat. This method not only enhances concentration, but also tricks your brain into viewing work as a series of short, manageable challenges. You'll be surprised how much you can accomplish in just a few focus minutes, and those breaks? They're your well-deserved mini celebrations, keeping your motivation high. But let's not forget about the power of mindfulness in combating procrastination. Apps like Headspace or Calm can help you cultivate a mindset of focus by incorporating short meditation sessions into your daily routine. By taking just a few minutes to breathe and center yourself, you prepare your mind to tackle tasks with a fresh perspective. When you learn to tune into your thoughts and emotions, you become more aware of the procrastination triggers that lurk in the shadows. These mindfulness practices create a solid foundation for productivity, allowing you to approach your tasks with clarity and intention. Lastly, consider the role of accountability partners and how apps can facilitate this essential aspect of your journey. Platforms like Slack or even shared Google Calendars can keep you connected with your accountability buddy, ensuring you both stay on track. Set shared goals, check in regularly, and celebrate each other's victories, no matter how small. The fun lies in knowing you're not alone in this struggle against procrastination. With the right tools at your fingertips, you can turn productivity into a collaborative adventure, filled with laughter, support, and the sweet sound of success ringing in your ears. Creating a distraction-free digital environment. In our hyperconnected world, distractions lurk around every digital corner, waiting to pounce on our best intentions. If you're serious about kicking procrastination to the curb, it's time to create a distraction-free digital environment. Imagine a serene digital landscape where notifications don't buzz like angry bees and social media isn't a vortex sucking you into endless scrolling. By thoughtfully curating your online space, you can transform your procrastination-prone habits into productive routines filled with focus and joy. First, let's tackle those pesky notifications. You might think that every ping and buzz is essential, but here's a little secret. Most of them are just digital confetti, cluttering up your mental space. Take a moment to go through your settings and silence anything that doesn't serve your goals. Treat notifications like party crashers at your productivity soiree. Kindly escort them out. This simple act can significantly reduce interruptions, allowing you to dive deep into your tasks without the constant pull of distractions. Next up, let's talk about your digital workspace. If your desktop looks like a tornado hit it, it's no wonder your focus is scattered. Spend some time decluttering those folders and files. Create a designated space for your vital projects, and keep only the essentials within reach. Think of it as creating a cozy reading nook for your mind. A tidy and organized workspace encourages clarity and creativity. With fewer visual distractions, your brain can focus on the task at hand instead of playing hide and seek with your files. Another fun way to boost your distraction-free environment is by embracing digital minimalism. This doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite apps, but rather that you should be intentional about them. Consider which digital tools genuinely enhance your productivity and let go of the rest. Curate your app collection like a fine wine selection. Choose only those that add value to your life. This way, when you do engage with your devices, it's purposeful and aligned with your goals, making procrastination less tempting. Finally, let's sprinkle in some mindfulness. As you work in your newly established distraction-free zone, take a moment to breathe and ground yourself. Before diving into a task, pause and set an intention for what you want to accomplish. By developing this habit, you remind yourself of your purpose and keep your mind anchored, even when distractions try to sneak in. Practicing mindfulness can be your secret weapon against procrastination, helping you cultivate awareness and maintain focus in your beautifully curated digital realm. Chapter 7: Behavioral Psychology, the Science of Action. Understanding your behavioral triggers. Understanding your behavioral triggers is like unearthing the secret recipe to your procrastination stew. Imagine you're a detective, and each time you find yourself putting off tasks, you're on the hunt for clues. What are those little gremlins lurking in your mind that make you say, "I'll do it later"? Whether it's the lure of social media, the siren call of a cozy couch, or the overwhelming dread of a task, recognizing these triggers is the first step toward transforming your procrastination habits into a productive powerhouse. Start by taking a playful approach to self-reflection. Grab a notepad or open a note on your phone and jot down the moments when you find yourself stalling. Is it right after lunch when your eyelids seem to weigh a ton? Or perhaps it's when you're faced with a daunting project that feels like trying to climb Mount Everest. Identifying these patterns can be as enlightening as discovering a hidden treasure. You'll soon realize that your triggers aren't just random. They often follow a delightful little script that you've unwittingly written over time. Once you have a list of your sneaky triggers, it's time to engage in some creative problem solving. For instance, if you've identified that social media pulls you away from your tasks, consider setting up playful boundaries. Challenge yourself to use apps that limit your screen time, or create a reward system where you earn social media breaks after completing a task. By transforming your triggers into opportunities for fun and engagement, you're not only acknowledging their existence, but also taking charge of your response to them. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in this playful adventure. Take a moment to breathe and tune into your feelings when procrastination strikes. Are you feeling anxious, bored, or overwhelmed? These emotions are your best friends in understanding your triggers. Embrace them, dance with them, and let them guide you back to your goals. Mindfulness helps you create a space between the trigger and your reaction, allowing you to choose how to respond instead of being swept away by the procrastination tide. Lastly, don't forget the power of accountability partners in this whimsical quest. Share your triggers and goals with a friend or a group, and hold each other accountable in a fun and supportive way. Create challenges or friendly competitions to see who can tackle their tasks first. When you know someone is cheering you on, or playfully teasing you about delays, you're more likely to leap into action. By understanding your behavioral triggers and surrounding yourself with a supportive community, you're setting the stage for a joyful journey toward overcoming procrastination. So let's dive in and turn those procrastination gremlins into productivity pixies. The role of rewards and punishments. Rewards and punishments are like the dynamic duo of motivation, ready to swoop in and save the day from the clutches of procrastination. Imagine them as the cheerleaders and the referees of your productivity game. When you set a goal, be it finishing that report or finally tackling that overflowing laundry basket, rewards can turn the mundane into a marvelous adventure. Picture this. You finish a task and reward yourself with a delicious treat, a binge-worthy episode of your favorite show, or a relaxing bubble bath. These little incentives can spark joy and keep you moving forward, making the journey feel less like a chore and more like a well-deserved celebration. On the flip side, there's the not-so-gentle nudge of punishments, which can also play a crucial role in keeping procrastination at bay. Think of these as the gentle reminders that, hey, maybe scrolling through social media for 3 hours isn't the best use of your time. A mild consequence, like having to skip dessert or do an extra chore, can add a sprinkle of urgency to your task list. The trick is to make the consequences light and playful, rather than heavy and burdensome. Using humor or creativity in your punishments can transform them from something to dread into a fun little game you play with yourself. Establishing a balance between rewards and punishments is key to mastering your productivity. It's like being the director of your own motivational movie, where you can decide when to roll out the red carpet for a reward and when to pull out the metaphorical whistle for a punishment. Consider creating a reward system that feels personal and exciting. Maybe you can set up a tiered reward structure, where completing smaller tasks earns you little treats, while bigger accomplishments lead to grander prizes. This way, each step you take feels recognized and celebrated, encouraging you to keep moving forward. Accountability partners can also spice up the rewards and punishments game. Imagine having a buddy who not only cheers you on, but also playfully teases you when you get a little too comfortable on the couch. Sharing your goals with someone can elevate the stakes. They can help you brainstorm both motivating rewards and lighthearted punishments. You could even turn it into a fun challenge where you both set goals and celebrate victories together. This camaraderie can create a lively atmosphere where procrastination feels like a distant memory and accountability feels like an exciting adventure. Ultimately, the playful dance between rewards and punishments can transform the way you approach tasks. By incorporating these elements into your daily life, You foster an environment where procrastination struggles are met with creativity and joy. Embrace your inner game show host, complete with prizes and playful consequences. And watch as you take charge of your time, conquer your goals, and turn procrastination into productivity. The journey to overcoming procrastination can be as enjoyable as it is rewarding. And with the right mix of motivation, you'll find yourself dancing through your to-do list with a smile, rewiring your brain to beat procrastination. Have you ever found yourself staring at a blank page, your to-do list looming like a storm cloud overhead? It's time to shake things up and rewire that brain of yours. Procrastination isn't just a bad habit. It's a complex dance of avoidance, fear, and self-doubt. But guess what? You have the power to change the rhythm. The first step in this playful journey is to understand that your brain is a malleable masterpiece, ready to be sculpted into a procrastination-fighting machine. Embrace the idea that you can rewire those neural pathways to make productivity your new jam. Let's talk about mindfulness, shall we? Imagine being so present in the moment that you can almost hear the clock ticking away the seconds of your precious time. Mindfulness isn't just for yoga enthusiasts. It's a powerful tool to combat procrastination. By tuning into your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you can identify the sneaky triggers that send you spiraling into a Netflix binge. Start by dedicating just a few minutes each day to mindfulness exercises. Notice how it feels to focus on the task at hand, and soon, the allure of distractions will start to fade away, like a magician's disappearing act. Now that you're in the mindfulness groove, let's dive into goal-setting strategies. Picture this. You have a giant cake in front of you, and it's too big to eat all at once. What do? You slice it into manageable pieces. Setting SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, will help you tackle that cake one slice at a time. Instead of saying, "I'll write my book," try "I'll write 300 words every day at 10 a.m. This tiny shift turns a daunting task into a delightful daily ritual. Soon, you'll be wondering why you ever hesitated to dig in. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about the power of accountability partners. Think of them as your cheerleading squad, ready to celebrate your victories and gently nudge you back on track when you stray. Sharing your goals with a friend or joining a group can create a safety net of support that makes procrastination feel like a thing of the past. You'll find that committing to someone else adds a sprinkle of fun to your tasks. It's much harder to hit the snooze button on that workout when you know your buddy is waiting at the gym, right? Finally, let's sprinkle in a dash of digital minimalism. In today's fast-paced world, our screens are like sirens, luring us into the depths of distraction. To rewire your brain effectively, declutter your digital life. Unsubscribe from those pesky email lists, limit your social media time, and create a workspace that inspires you. By reducing the noise, you'll find clarity and focus, making it easier to embrace the tasks you once dreaded. With your mind clear and your goals set, you're well on your way to transforming procrastination into a thing of the past. So grab your metaphorical tool belt, and let's get to work. Chapter 8, Habit Formation. Building your anti-procrastination arsenal. The science of habits, how they work. Habits are like the hidden gears of our daily lives, quietly churning away in the background while we focus on the flashier parts of our existence. Imagine waking up each morning, stumbling into the bathroom, brushing your teeth, and brewing your coffee without even thinking about it. That's your brain on autopilot, thanks to the power of habits. At their core, habits are patterns of behavior that we develop over time, and understanding how they work can be the secret sauce to overcoming procrastination. When we understand the mechanics behind our habits, we can adjust them to serve us better, like turning a rusty old gear into a well-oiled machine. So how do these little nuggets of routine actually form? It all starts with a cue, a trigger that sends a signal to your brain that it's time to act. This could be anything from the sound of your alarm clock to the sight of your cluttered desk. Next comes the craving, the desire that compels you to respond to that cue. For instance, if you see your desk piled high with unfinished tasks, You might crave that sweet, sweet satisfaction of checking things off your to-do list. After the craving comes the response, the actual habit in action, like diving into your work, or let's be real, scrolling through social media. Finally, there's the reward, the delightful payoff that reinforces the whole cycle and makes you want to do it all over again. This loop of cue, craving, response, and reward is the magic formula that keeps us stuck in our habits, whether they're helpful or harmful. Now, let's talk about the role of mindfulness in this delightful dance of habits. Mindfulness is like putting on a pair of special glasses that help you see your habits more clearly. When you become more aware of your triggers and cravings, you can start to untangle the threads that lead to procrastination. Instead of mindlessly reaching for that comforting distraction, you can pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this helping me move towards my goals? By cultivating this awareness, you can interrupt the cycle and consciously choose to change your response. It's all about taking back the reins and steering your habits in a direction that aligns with your aspirations. Accountability partners can also play a crucial role in this quirky habit formation process. Imagine having a trusty sidekick on your journey to overcome procrastination. An accountability partner not only helps to keep you on track, but also adds a sprinkle of fun to the mix. You can share your goals, celebrate your wins, and even commiserate over those pesky setbacks. Knowing someone else is in the trenches with you can make the process feel less daunting and more like a spirited adventure. Plus, when you have someone cheering you on, it becomes much harder to hit that procrastination snooze button. Finally, let's not forget the impact of digital minimalism on our habit landscape. In today's tech-savvy world, our devices can either be our best friends or our biggest distractions. By decluttering your digital space, you can eliminate those pesky cues that trigger procrastination. Imagine a streamlined phone with only the most essential apps, or a workspace free from digital noise. This intentionality allows you to reclaim your time and focus on what truly matters. When you reduce the digital chaos, you create an environment that nurtures positive habits, making it easier to stay engaged with your goals instead of slipping down the rabbit hole of procrastination. Crafting new habits, steps to success. Crafting new habits is like baking a cake. You need the right ingredients, a pinch of patience, and a dash of creativity. To start, identify the habit you want to form. Perhaps it's dedicating 20 minutes each day to a project that's been gathering dust. Next, break this down into manageable steps. Instead of diving headfirst into a marathon writing session, aim for a mere 5-minute warm-up. This playful approach makes the task feel less daunting and more like a delightful game, where every small victory is a reason to celebrate. Now let's sprinkle in some consistency. Habits thrive on repetition, so choose a specific time each day to practice your new behavior. Maybe it's during your morning coffee or right after lunch, when your brain is awake, but not overwhelmed. Consistency is like the icing on your cake. It holds everything together. Set reminders on your phone, or leave sticky notes in strategic places to keep your new habit front and center. Remember, every time you engage with your new habit, you're reinforcing it like a chef perfecting a recipe. Next, invite your friends to join the party. Finding an accountability partner can be a game changer. They can cheer you on, share their own goals, and even turn your habit-forming journey into a fun collaborative effort. You could challenge each other to complete tasks, or simply check in regularly. This playful banter not only makes the process enjoyable, but also adds a layer of commitment. After all, who wants to let down a friend who's rooting for them? Another crucial ingredient is mindfulness. Cultivating awareness about procrastination can help you identify triggers that lead to avoidance. When you notice yourself reaching for your phone instead of tackling that daunting task, take a moment to pause and reflect. Why are you avoiding it? By understanding your patterns, you can adjust your approach. Perhaps you need a mini break or a creative twist to make the task more engaging. Embracing mindfulness transforms the process from a chore into a playful exploration of your thoughts and feelings. Finally, celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each time you engage with your new habit, reward yourself. It could be a delicious treat, a leisurely stroll, or even a few minutes of your favorite show. These rewards serve as positive reinforcement, making it more likely that you'll stick with your new routine. Remember, crafting new habits is a journey filled with twists and turns, but by following these steps, you'll find that the path to success doesn't have to be serious or tedious. Instead, it can be a playful adventure that leads you away from procrastination and towards your goals. Breaking bad habits, strategies that work. Breaking bad habits can feel like trying to dodge a herd of stampeding elephants, especially when those pesky procrastination tendencies come knocking at your door. The first step in this exhilarating dance is to identify those habits and understand why they hold you captive. Grab a pen and paper and make a list of the habits you want to break. Are you binge watching TV instead of tackling that project? Is scrolling through social media your go-to escape? Once you've pinpointed these habits, it's time to take a closer look at the triggers that set them off. Awareness is your best friend in this quest, so let those light bulbs of realization shine bright. Now that you've identified your troublesome habits, let's talk about strategies that actually work. One popular technique is the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. This simple trick not only clears small tasks off your plate, but also builds momentum, making it easier to tackle bigger projects. Pair this with a dose of mindfulness, and you'll be well on your way to transforming your day. When you catch yourself slipping into old habits, take a moment to breathe and refocus on your goals. Remember, it's all about progress, not perfection. Accountability partners can also play a pivotal role in your journey to break bad habits. Find a friend or colleague who shares similar goals and agree to check in with each other regularly. This could be through weekly meetings or even a simple text to keep each other on track. The playful banter and shared experiences can lighten the mood and make the process feel less like a chore. Plus, knowing someone else is in the trenches with you can provide that extra nudge you need to stay committed. Celebrate each small victory together, and don't forget to laugh at the inevitable slip-ups along the way. Another effective strategy is to embrace digital minimalism. In our tech-driven world, distractions lurk around every corner like mischievous gremlins. Take a moment to declutter your digital space. Unsubscribe from those newsletters you never read, mute notifications that disrupt your flow, and set boundaries for your screen time. By creating a calmer digital environment, you'll find it easier to focus on what truly matters. This newfound clarity will help you break free from the chains of procrastination and allow you to channel your energy into productive tasks. Finally, let's not forget the power of habit formation. To break a bad habit, it's essential to replace it with a good one. Identify activities that align with your goals and make them part of your daily routine. Whether it's dedicating time to read, exercise, or work on a passion project, the key is consistency. Over time, your brain will start to associate these new activities with positive feelings, and you'll find it easier to say goodbye to procrastination. Remember, breaking bad habits is a journey filled with twists and turns, but with the right strategies and a playful spirit, you can navigate through it with flair. Chapter 9. Overcoming Obstacles, Navigating Roadblocks. Common excuses and how to tackle them. We've all been there, haven't we? Caught in a web of excuses so sticky that even a superhero would struggle to break free. I'll start tomorrow, you might say, or I work best under pressure. These little lies can feel comforting, like a warm blanket on a chilly night, but they do nothing but delay our dreams. The first step to tackling these excuses is recognizing them for what they are: disguised procrastination in its finest form. Instead of allowing these excuses to run rampant, let's turn the tables and transform them into actionable steps. Excuse number 1. I don't have enough time. The classic. It's like saying the sky is blue. The truth is, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, but how we use those hours is what sets us apart. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by a mountain of tasks, Break them down into bite-sized pieces. Create a to-do list, prioritize your tasks, and allocate specific time slots for each. Suddenly, that daunting project doesn't seem so insurmountable. With a sprinkle of planning and a dash of determination, you'll find that time isn't the enemy, it's your greatest ally. Next up, we have the excuse, "I'll be more motivated later." Spoiler alert, that magical motivation fairy is not coming to rescue you. Waiting for inspiration is like waiting for a bus that never arrives. Instead, create your own motivation. Set small, achievable goals and reward yourself for completing them. Perhaps treat yourself to a favorite snack or a quick episode of your favorite show. By cultivating a fun and rewarding environment, you'll discover that motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. Then there's the age-old excuse, "I'm just not good at this." This one's a real party pooper. But guess what? No one starts off as an expert. Everyone, even the pros, was once a novice. Instead of allowing self-doubt to creep in, embrace the idea of growth. Challenge yourself to learn something new every day, no matter how small. Celebrate the progress you make, and remember that every expert was once a beginner. By reframing your mindset from one of defeat to one of curiosity, you'll find that your capabilities expand faster than you can say procrastination. Lastly, let's tackle the excuse of "I'll never get this done perfectly." Perfectionism can be a sneaky trickster that holds you hostage. The truth is, perfection is an illusion. Instead of aiming for an unattainable standard, focus on progress. Allow yourself to make mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Embrace the beauty of imperfection, and remember that done is better than perfect. By shifting your perspective, you'll find that not only can you complete tasks, but you can also enjoy the journey along the way. So let's kick those excuses to the curb and take charge of our time like the procrastination warriors we are. Dealing with fear of failure, embracing imperfection. Fear of failure can be a sneaky little gremlin that pops up just when you're ready to tackle your to-do list. It whispers sweet nothings that make you second-guess your every move. You may think, "What if I mess up? What if I look silly?" But here's the kicker. Imperfection is not just okay. It's downright fabulous. Embracing your flaws can transform that fear into a playful challenge rather than a daunting wall blocking your path to productivity. Imagine standing at the edge of a diving board, heart racing, staring down at the water. That fear? It's just a reminder that you're pushing your boundaries. Instead of letting it paralyze you, try viewing it as an invitation to jump. When you accept that perfection is an illusion, you open yourself up to the delightful messiness of life. Each misstep becomes a quirky anecdote in your journey, adding flavor to your experience and fueling your motivation to keep going. Now let's get a little whimsical with our goals. Picture them as colorful balloons floating in the sky. You can choose to be a perfectionist, meticulously crafting each balloon until it's flawless. Or you can let a few imperfections make your collection all the more interesting. When you start setting goals, remember that they don't have to be picture perfect. Aim for progress, not perfection. Each small, imperfect step you take is a victory, and celebrating those little wins can create a joyful momentum that banishes procrastination. Accountability partners can become your cheerleaders in this wild ride of embracing imperfection. Together, you can poke fun at the fear of failure and share your hilarious mishaps. By discussing your experiences openly, you'll realize that everyone stumbles from time to time. This camaraderie helps to normalize the experience of imperfection, making it easier to laugh off setbacks instead of letting them derail your progress. The more you chat, the more you'll see that failing is just a pit stop on the road to success. Lastly, let's sprinkle some digital minimalism into this mix. In a world overflowing with perfectly curated images and success stories, it's easy to feel inadequate. But remember, those polished portrayals often hide a plethora of imperfections behind the scenes. Simplifying your digital consumption allows you to focus on your own journey without getting tangled in the web of comparison. So, as you embark on your path to overcome procrastination, Remind yourself that imperfection is not just an option, it's a fabulous way to live. Embrace it, and watch how your fear of failure transforms into a playful adventure. Staying motivated, keeping the fire burning. Staying motivated is like trying to keep a campfire alive in a rainstorm. It requires a mix of strategy, patience, and a sprinkle of creativity. When you first set out on your journey to overcome procrastination, your enthusiasm is blazing bright. However, as the days pass and the challenges pile up, that fire can start to flicker. To keep it roaring, it's essential to find ways to reignite your passion and commitment. One effective strategy is to set small, achievable goals that act as kindling for your motivation. Each time you complete a task, it's like tossing a log onto the fire, giving you that sweet rush of accomplishment and fueling your drive for the next challenge point. One of the most powerful tools at your disposal is visualization. Picture your future self, basking in the glow of all the goals you've achieved. This mental imagery can serve as a beacon, guiding you through the fog of procrastination. Try creating a vision board filled with images and quotes that inspire you. Every time you glance at it, you'll feel that spark reignite, reminding you of why you started this journey in the first place. Plus, it's a fun and creative outlet that keeps your mind engaged and excited about your goals. Accountability partners are your trusty sidekicks in this adventure. Just like Batman needs Robin, you too can benefit from a buddy who keeps you on track. Sharing your goals with someone who has your back creates a sense of responsibility that can be incredibly motivating. Set regular check-ins where you can celebrate each other's victories, no matter how small. The joy of sharing progress can be contagious, and soon, you'll find yourselves cheering each other on like the world's most enthusiastic sports team. Digital minimalism is another playful tool in your arsenal. In a world where distractions lurk behind every click, decluttering your digital space can work wonders for your focus. Consider a digital detox day, where you temporarily disconnect from social media and other distractions. Use that time to dive into your tasks with undivided attention. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish when you trim the fat from your digital life. Plus, the freedom from constant notifications can help restore your mental clarity, allowing your motivation to shine through. Lastly, embrace the art of habit formation. Building strong habits is like constructing a sturdy fence around your motivational fire, protecting it from the winds of distraction and doubt. Create a routine that includes dedicated time for your tasks, and before you know it, these behaviors will become second nature. Make it playful by rewarding yourself with little treats or fun activities after completing tasks. This not only cements the habit, but also makes the journey enjoyable. Remember, the key to keeping the fire burning lies in the balance of persistence and playfulness. So keep tossing those logs on the fire and watch your motivation soar. Chapter 10: The Procrastination-Free Life. Making it stick. Creating your action plan. Creating your action plan is like setting the stage for your personal victory dance against procrastination. It's time to grab your metaphorical cape and become the superhero of your own story. An action plan isn't just a list of tasks. It's a dynamic roadmap that guides you through the winding roads of procrastination. Start by envisioning your goals clearly. What do you want to achieve? Be specific and paint a vivid picture in your mind. This clarity will act as your North Star, shining bright and leading you through the fog of distractions and delays. Next, break those big, hairy goals into bite-sized, manageable tasks. Think of it as slicing a delicious cake into pieces that are easy to devour. If you aim to write a book, don't drown in the sea of chapters. Instead, set a goal to write a page a day. This way, you're not just staring at an intimidating mountain, you're climbing a series of small hills. Each completed task will give you a sense of accomplishment, a sprinkle of motivation to keep pushing forward, and a reason to do a little happy dance. Now let's talk about the timeline. Yes, that magical concept that keeps you on track. Assign deadlines to each task, but don't stress. These aren't meant to be rigid chains. Think of them as gentle nudges, encouraging you to keep moving. Use a calendar or a planner, and make it colorful. You want to create a visual feast that attracts your attention. And remember, flexibility is key. Life happens, and sometimes you might need to shuffle things around. Just make sure you don't shuffle them out of sight. Incorporating mindfulness into your action plan can be a game changer. As you embark on your journey, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Check in with yourself regularly. Are you still aligned with your goals? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Mindfulness helps you stay aware of your thoughts and emotions, allowing you to pivot when procrastination tries to rear its ugly head. It's like having a trusty sidekick that whispers, "Hey, remember your goal? Let's refocus." Lastly, don't underestimate the power of accountability partners. Enlist a friend or join a group where you can share your goals and progress. This social element adds a delightful layer of fun and support. You'll find that sharing your challenges and victories makes the journey feel less like a chore and more like an adventure. Plus, who doesn't love a little friendly competition? With a solid action plan in hand, you're ready to tackle procrastination head-on, armed with clarity, structure, mindfulness, and camaraderie. Now go out there and conquer. Building a supportive environment. Creating a supportive environment is like setting the stage for a grand performance, where you are not just the star but also the director, the crew, and the audience. Imagine a space where distractions fade away and motivation shines brighter than the spotlight. To build this magical realm, start by decluttering your surroundings. Toss out those pesky items that scream for your attention and invite chaos. Your desk should be a serene oasis, not a chaotic jungle. A clean space can lead to a clear mind, making it easier for you to focus on your goals. Next, consider the role of your digital environment. Have you ever found yourself lost in a rabbit hole of social media while trying to work on that important project? Digital minimalism is your ticket to freedom. Unsubscribe from distracting newsletters, mute those notifications, and curate your digital spaces to fuel your productivity. Think of it as a digital diet where you only consume the content that nourishes your mind and advances your goals. This way, your online experience becomes a supportive ally rather than a sneaky saboteur. Now let's talk about the power of community. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can create a positive pressure that helps you stay accountable. Whether it's a study group, a book club, or a casual coffee chat with a friend, these connections provide a safety net when procrastination tries to pull you back into its clutches. Share your goals, celebrate your wins, and even tackle challenges together. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work, and having an accountability partner can be your secret weapon against procrastination. In addition to external support, fostering a mindful approach is essential. Take a moment to breathe and check in with yourself regularly. Mindfulness can help you recognize when procrastination is creeping in, allowing you to address it head-on before it spirals out of control. Create rituals that remind you to pause and reflect, whether it's a quick meditation, a walk in nature, or simply enjoying a cup of tea. These moments of awareness can act as gentle nudges, steering you back toward your goals with a sense of purpose. Finally, let's sprinkle in some fun. Building a supportive environment doesn't have to be all serious business. Gamify your tasks by turning them into challenges or setting up a reward system for completed goals. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and don't forget to infuse your journey with joy. Remember, overcoming procrastination is not just about discipline. It's also about enjoying the ride. With a supportive environment and a playful mindset, you'll find that the path to productivity can be both fulfilling and exhilarating. Reflecting and adjusting, the journey continues. Reflecting and adjusting is like a delightful dance in the grand ball of life. You twirl, you stumble, but ultimately, it's all about finding your rhythm. As you embark on your quest to conquer procrastination, it's essential to pause occasionally and take stock of your progress. What worked like a charm? What felt more like stepping on your partner's toes? By reflecting on your experiences, you can identify the strategies that propelled you forward and those that might need a little tweak. Remember, even the best dancers sometimes misstep. It's all part of the performance. As you reflect, consider the importance of mindful awareness. It's not just about noticing your habits, it's about diving deep into the why behind your procrastination. Are you avoiding tasks because they feel overwhelming? Or perhaps they're simply not as exciting as scrolling through social media. By understanding these triggers, you're not just slapping on a band-aid, you're addressing the root cause. Embrace the quirky process of self-discovery. Who knew that your relationship with procrastination could lead to such fascinating insights about your motivations and fears? Adjusting your approach is where the real fun begins. Armed with your newfound knowledge, you can play a game of strategy with your goals. Maybe you've realized that breaking tasks down into bite-sized pieces works wonders. Or perhaps you've discovered that setting a timer for a focused burst of productivity transforms your effort into an exhilarating challenge. Experiment with different techniques like a mad scientist in a lab. Sometimes, it takes a few wild concoctions to discover the perfect formula for success. And don't forget to celebrate those small victories along the way. They're the confetti in your journey. Accountability partners are like the enthusiastic cheerleaders in your procrastination-busting journey. They keep you honest and motivated while adding a splash of fun to your efforts. Grab a friend, a colleague, or even a family member who shares your goals. Set regular check-ins, share your progress, and don't hesitate to exchange tips and tricks. The camaraderie can turn daunting tasks into lively challenges as you both hold each other's feet to the fire, in the friendliest way possible, of course. Remember, laughter is a powerful antidote to procrastination. The lighter you keep things, the easier it becomes to stay on track. Lastly, as you navigate this ever-evolving journey, keep in mind that it's perfectly okay to readjust your goals. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes, what once felt like a solid plan morphs into an obstacle. Embrace digital minimalism. Decluttering your digital space can work wonders for your mental clarity. Create a serene environment that encourages productivity and mindfulness. Habit formation is not a straight line. It's more like a roller coaster ride. Embrace the twists and turns, and trust that each moment of reflection and adjustment brings you closer to mastering the art.
Thank you for listening. This was a Mindful Books production. Copyright 2025.